the Chinese guy this time.
Vega Squadron's turn to battle.
Do you guys want anything? No, no. You want water, Red Bull, anything?
What's up?
You want water, Red Bull?
I'm good.
Water,
Good.
please.
Water?
Pros turn to
Did you
battle.
already drink all your water?
What?
Did you already drink all your water?
Dude, I got a pound water, dude. Otherwise you tear your throat out.
Yep, I agree with that. Might not be the best to be drinking 7-Up.
Virtus.Pro's turn to pick.
It's a hard learned lesson. Beer and casting don't mix. Rip your fucking boat.
You say beer?
Beer, casting, beer, I used to love nothing more than, like, especially during the PBS hubs, you know, just a couple of beers before going to gas, so much. What's actually best for the throat is, everybody says tea and all this shit. Water, warm water, room temperature water, with just a hint of liquid, like biochemically that helps you know that your throat cools more than anything.
Okay.
So, like literally, like, a bottle this big, just like.
Yeah, if it's too cold, then you get screwed.
Yep, exactly. So you want it to be room temperature, then 3 or 4 drops of lemon juice inside a bottle about this size, shake it
That's
up.
pretty cool.
Yep, it'll help.
10,
Virtus.Pro's turn to pick.
All I do is win, win, win with chin, chin, chin.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Vega Squadron's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Oh, you are the best in the world. I love you. Thank you.
Vega Squadron's turn to battle. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Virtus.Pro's turn to battle. Vega Squadron's turn to battle. Virtus.Pro's turn to battle. seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Virtus.Pro's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. Vega Squadron's turn
Dying.
to pick.
Slowly dying. That's a lot of heal! I do miss AA a lot. It was picked in the last patch, though.
Do what?
I do miss AA a lot.
Oh yeah, dude. He's
So
actually
fun.
brutal against this.
I love playing AA too. It's like one of those heroes.
Like, I think, why isn't AA an option here?
It's hard to get him levels, and they might just, you know, snowball too fast, right? You'll have 3 towers down, and then if you're not able to have that 6 by, you're contesting the Roche because they're on the dire side for Virtus.Pro, then you just get like absolutely demolished. And as well as the early laning phase, he can't really zone people out as effectively. The chilling touch is okay, but yeah, just the levels is hard for him. But I really love the hero. I would like to see somebody try it at least, right? Because nobody tries it.
Well, it's not like he got nerfed. I mean, it's just like AA. Like, why would you like an AA against this lineup? Chip, Dr. Juggernaut. Like, how brutal is that in shutting down?
Let's see if you say the same thing that I said.
10 seconds.
Really?
You just need levels, the zoning. It's not reliable. Yeah, like talking about no reliable stuns. So.
Yeah, they already have a little bit about an outspend, so I guess they could pick it. Like, I just want to sell those heroes that used to play, so they, I mean, I wouldn't put it completely past them.
I just wanted to see, you know, teams just try it one time, at least against the good stretch.
If there's any game is to try it, it's the one.
Yeah.
VP's going for desperation.
They go in Alliance. We're doing the Alliance dance. I do.
I mean, FNG did tell me they had like 2 or 3 strats, so maybe this is one of the ones. Maybe they're just going away from Fury.
5 seconds remaining.
Wow.
That off lane jug, mid's jug.
Like him mid. That's good for spot.
You like him mid?
Like him is very good for spot. Maybe not anymore, actually. I haven't seen it in a while.
Could you run a dual lane off lane with Beastmaster now?
5 seconds
I thought that's what they were
remaining.
going to do from the start.
Trying to figure out what would go with it though. Can't go on dying.
They need a solo hero.
Reserve time.
Who's left? Enigma.
There's.
Vega Squadron's turn to bat.
What else is he been playing recently?
It might just still go for like Selma's.
Disruptor or something.
Yeah, Disruptor. It's like when you just always have to bring it up when it's in the draft and it's Vega. It's like their bread and
5
butter.
seconds remaining.
I'm gonna start using all AC's lines.
Reserve time.
God's just saying they play like Alliance. They pick like Alliance, but they don't have the player pool for Alliance. It's kind of funny.
They're rustling their jimmies now.
Is this yours? Damn it. The water?
What do you need?
No. I was just saying down. To make sure. Huh?
Down's yours.
I didn't open it any though and drink it out. That's why I'm scared. This is weird though. Yeah, Vega can get away with an Enigma here. But they can also run dual lanes against the Lycan.
Hi, man.
Virtus.Pro's turn to kick.
Like, what do you want to play? I'll play.
Magnus.
You know what may not be too bad? Winter Wyvern.
So they need an off lane here. Or mid.
For Vega.
Oh, yeah.
Not too bad.
They have a lot of lockdown, so it can definitely work with the lineup.
10 seconds.
see him.
Set up for coil.
Double frost, baby. Ice is nice.
5 seconds remaining.
It's not bad.
It's decent. I don't know.
This is one of the games you can definitely get away with it.
Whatever. That's why I'm trying to think of these solo heroes.
Oh.
Vega
Okay.
Squadron's turn to
So now they do it. They don't do it last game when I talked about it. No, they do it the next game.
Well, at least they did.
So G, Night Stalker, well actually you can do offlane too. But I would rather have the Night Stalker mid, maybe the jungling Juggernaut. What's?
It's not good. They no team fight.
I mean they just.
They're literally just going full push and then they just pick a random Night Stalker.
10 seconds remaining.
Am I wrong?
I'm trying to figure out how they win team fights. Yeah, it's gonna be on Chin getting early levels in the mechanism.
It's like a very snowball.
Yeah, they get a few towers. Well, they can only get one tower realistically here, maybe, because their deep push right now from Vegas is insane. And they're gonna contest everything. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
good.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. I give you some credit.
That was good. Alright, good luck, guys.
Thank you. How's my camera work?
Prepare for battle.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Game number 2 of the CIS Showdown. VP taking on Vega. Two teams very popular with the crowd here in the arena. Unfortunately, one will be taking their exit here coming up. The draft, I actually agree with the panel quite a bit. I think this is going to be a much tighter game and a lot less room for error on both sides, it seems.
Yeah, I would say so. Still giving the edge to the panelists there. Going to say Vega probably.
Oh, wow. You're coming into the game a little late. 1-to-1 is the Gyro and the Night Stalker already dropped. And yeah, the action starting before we're even able to get the camera off of our glimmering mugs, as Solo still taking a little right-click damage from G.
Dang it, production value. Solo is going over here, but this is still very good. They were trying to go for that smoke gank play, and that's still going to be a good change for Vega because they did get the first blood there, and that's on the puck. So no one is he going to have? What is he starting? He's got an extra salve already. So.
Well, the horn blows, and may as well be even, right? Actually, that's a bit of a lead for VP. As we are tied up at 1-to-1, the teams clashing early, but let's get back into the groove of things. Lanes take shape. Let's see who's handling who. It will be Sioma on our Crystal Maiden. It will be Solo, as mentioned, on the Winter Wyvern. Puck going to be handled by no one here in mid once again. FN going to be playing the Gyrocopter, farming out of the safe lane. Mag on the Beastmaster out in the off lane again as well. Other side, we've got FNG playing the off lane Night Stalker. It's going to be Yoku farming up the Lycan here in the safe lane. He's helped out by Aloha Dance on the Witch Doctor. The Jug's going to be taken mid against the puck, played by G, looking for a bit of a better game this time around. Really been struggling over the last couple of days. And of course, No Fear, taking Chin into the jungle.
So right now, I got a stun off on Mag. Could get the bounce back. That is just some luck. But yeah, Aloha's got to be very careful here. You're not going to win this. He's got boots already. Who's going to win this man fight? He's got 2 boars now. Okay.
Yoko rotating over to give his boys some help. 337 gold for himself as well. And yep, he's going to end up getting another. So anyway, looking at the way the lanes are right now, how do you feel about mid? Let's start there. The jug against the puck, we can see a lot of... Oh, he doesn't have any way. He's going to have to face shit to keep himself safe.
He's got the salve, though. Nice salve.
Right clicks. Yep, salve up on the other side, too. So, yeah, this is why I was curious. This is a lane that can go either way and really is very skill-based on both sides.
Really good understanding there of no one. Able to south through the Blade Fury. And he also had the Fairy Fire to work with, and that helps. You want to make sure that you apply as much pressure as you can when the Blade Fury is on cooldown. So no one doing a good job at least putting on. And then G, once he doesn't have mana to farm in this lane, it's like, well, I don't have a Quelling Blade. I'm against a puck who can harass me effectively, and it's gonna be interesting how this shapes up. And right now it's 8-6 to 4-3, so this is what I expected.
2-minute rune grab by Laurent Dance on the Witch Doctor. Mag contesting down there. Will be a haste rune picked up by Sayoma. Let's see if he wants to do anything fancy with it. He is poking his nose up onto the other side. He may go for a dive here.
He's got a mango.
Oh, no mana. He sees it. G doesn't have enough mana to spin. He's going to go ahead and heal up. Doesn't matter. Another kill. This is just such a great read on the side of Vega, seeing that, of course, if he has a spin, he may be able to make it to safety, but his mana pool's so low, and Sayoma spending a lot of his own mana. Doesn't matter. Make it 2-1. Vega.
I was just questioning during the draft, should they, maybe put the Night Stalker in the mid lane so you're at least able to CS from afar with the Void, and you're at least gonna have some mana to work with. But the Juggernaut starting off with a poor man's shield, not having like a Mangori thing to work with, and it's just easy sledding there. But FNG, he's doing a nice time in this off lane. He's getting up his levels. He's level 3. He's already got his boots coming out to him, and he shouldn't die. So even though they did pressure that mid lane, speaking of which, I was just seeing the TP top lane here. He went all the way back to base for Mag, but TPing just as the creep wave comes in. That's what you like to see.
Oh yeah, little free experience. Loha Dance trying to do what he can to zone him out. Yoku's actually going to come way behind enemy lines as well. Does have 2 boars to work with, trying to CS with those. VP really trying to keep him off of anything, and yeah, No Fear is going to come over just to secure this top lane and try to deny everything.
Here's Solo though. I want to watch just one Splinter Blast. It's just
gotta get real ugly real fast. Let's see. Threw it actually ahead. He's just trying
that's
to.
Really nice. Trying to pull the creep wave, but unfortunately now the Axis. Nice play coming in. They have a lot of army to work with still, and yeah, you just see the mass summons here. We're playing Clash of Clans. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it looks like the tower down to half health. The Glyph already deployed, like you said. Summons are there, but they're gonna get this easily. So. Very early 2-1 for VP, and this is their game plan. They picked for it exclusively. They want to go pure pushing power with a little help from the Night Stalker to help run behind towers, help at least keep the puck honest in terms of how aggressive he wants to be. And that's a great way to get started. And we can see they already built themselves a considerable little lead, getting up towards 750 gold just 4 minutes in.
It's nice when it's very deceptive how, when you don't see a Lycan for a long time, how much this How contributes to the pushes, especially when it's on all the creeps. And now it's nighttime. FNG wants to get a little bit aggressive here, but Mag is just playing perfect right now in this off lane. He hasn't got caught out by the rotation, and this one as well, so it's very nice from him. And then now, no one's going to have to be a little bit careful. You saw that Night Stalker kind of rotating up in the top lane. You don't know if he has silence or not, and that could be the death of your puck, but he doesn't have enough mana to really work with here for FNG.
5 minutes in, and looks like it's going to be a reset pattern for VP. So if you're VP, my friend, do you, what's your go word? They take a free tier 1, that's fine, that's expected out in the off lane like that. At what point do they just point all their guns down the lane and just start marching? What, is it an item, is it a timing? What's the plan if you're in VP's shoes?
Maybe try to go back into the jungle and farm up a little bit more on your chin, because you heavily committed for this push. You're kind of far back, you didn't get your stacks up, and now he's back into the jungle trying to get up those levels. And then once he gets up to the 5 and 6, so he can have the Hand of God, maybe rotate around, but it's gonna be hard for them to make space. It's on their support, Chen, as well as the Night Stalker, to get stuff done, and you just have to find out what lanes they can really go to. And against a Gyrocopter, we haven't really talked about this lane too much. He can dish out a ton of DPS, and with the Winter Wyvern, if he decides to go for that Cold Embrace against this heavy physical damage lineup coming in from VP, it could just, turn around instantly.
FNG spotted by Solo. He's going to jump in. Selma right there, and the call down as well. This is going to be a free one. Nighttime or not, they should be able to track. No.
Fast.
Yeah, I actually thought, I mean, that Stout Show did a lot of work there. I thought for sure they were going to have the right click. And instead, he manages to not necessarily dodge a bullet, but mitigate the damage at least a little bit as he'll scurry back home to safety.
Yeah, I think FN wasn't close enough, and just that one call down, not the second one not hitting, it just wasn't able to catch up in time. But so no one. We have to look at the mid lanes here. Juggernaut did die that one time, but 23 CS against 36 for Puck. Obviously, it's benefiting the Puck, but at least he's not getting absolutely demolished here in the mid lane for G. And he's playing super aggressive. He wants the Omni Slash. He has his Arcane Rune. He wants to use it, but they're not going to have an opportunity to.
Able to zone them off the tower, as you mentioned, but not a whole lot of follow-up there. In the meantime, both teams just continuing to farm up. And it's going to be a very early Vlad's coming out on Lycan. No real surprise there at all. Taking a look at other item choices, Arcane Boots were the choice for No Fear. Stalin sitting on the ground, so no surprise there. And it looks like everyone's just content to farm away. Lycan way ahead in that regard. He's about 10 CS ahead of the Gyrocopter. FN has Phase Aquila up. And, you know, if you're Vega, is your plan simply to wait? Just basically farm, be efficient, and wait for them to make their move. Because you know their team is a little one-dimensional. They're really good at one thing, like exceptionally good with their draft at doing one thing really well. But if you're able to stall that, if you're able to derail that, and slow their itemization on the back of team fight wins, that seems to be the approach. So if you're Vega, is that the idea?
Yeah, but I'll hold that thought now. VP, they just ultied already.
Oh, here we go. Go to engage, coming in from behind, that's going to be Yoko. Sayoma being chewed up by the big bad wolf. Solo going to be trapped out as well. Call down's there and it's doing damage, but the response not coming that quickly. Solo bought some time. Encasing himself, not going to matter though, as that's going to be a quick 2 kills on the frozen phenoms of Vega. That's going to draw it to 3-2 now. VP in the lead, and they are ready to roll.
Yeah, that was the first nighttime, so getting those ganks there at the end helped out tremendously, because that's all their setup really. It's like you smoke gank, you have the Night Stalker with his fast movement speed kind of running down heroes, else it's going to be very hard for them. And they're going to get their objective here, the tier 1's very hard for Vega to contest when they don't have the levels on the Winter Wyvern. It's not only his ultimate, as well as his deep push coming in from the Splinter Blast. It's just so effective against this lineup, so he needs to start getting solo levels for him, but Puck ideally can't go to the jungle as effectively as, you know, some other heroes, it's like Shadow Fiend or whatnot, so, but at least I like this. No one's going to be going to the jungle. Give some EXP to your Wyvern, because that is a heavy deep push.
Roche attempt underway. VPN, their collection of different creatures. It looks like this could be interrupted, and yeah, Vega knows what's going on. Here we go. Is he going to go in? He will. It's going to be a beautiful 3-man waning lifted coil. Follow up the Splinter Blast as well. Calldown's on point, but no one. And a lot of damage manages to bring him down, and now Vega seems to have sputtered and run out of steam. FN's going to be Omni Slash by G, doing what damage he can. Heals himself up just a bit, but now he's got FNG behind him. Will he be able to turn the corner? Gonna be so close. Can they catch him? And it looks like FNG. He could have turned and voided him. He's gonna. No, yes, he does manage to find him. In the meantime, Lycan manages to finish off the Roshan. He grabs the Aegis, and Vega find themselves buckling under this pressure of VP, who are executing their game plan extremely well. Tell me, Ryu, what went wrong? The puck initiation was there, but it seemed like there was no decent follow-up.
Yeah, it's just like, where's their damage coming from besides the call down here? And it just looks like that the healing ward plus the Witch Doctor heal is like Voodoo Restoration level 2. They just absolutely turned that team fight with the massive amounts of sustain, and they desperately need to have this Wyvern now, as you can see, getting up those levels. He needs to have 6 so he can immediately blow up one of the enemy heroes and kind of set up the team fight, because yeah, Puck went in, but he wasn't able to escape because he didn't have the Blink Dagger initiate. Like, you blink in, you silence, and you orb out, and then you can maybe re-engage later, but Solo is going to be flying. Wolves can't fly, as I checked.
It's alright, he'll get buffed in the next patch. That's a new buff on the way. They will manage to catch Solo airborne or not, and that's going to be another free one, as Yoku adds yet another kill to his tally, bringing it to 3-0-2. He's been involved in 5 of the 6 kills VP have put under their belt since the bell rang, or since the horn blew, I should suppose. And it looks like they're ready to get going, man. And like up here, go ahead.
They got the coil. I think it was, yeah, he used it after the Blade Fury, but just not enough follow-up. And trying to figure out what the CM is kind of bring to the table now. It's one of those picks that it's for specific reasons, like to counter maybe the Enchantress early game aggression, but Chen wasn't going to that off lane. You're having a off lane Night Stalker, so there's not summons you're really working with, and the CM pick's just not doing anything.
VP ready to take yet another tower. Griff is available if they want to use it. That heal really showing itself here. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. I wanted to see Ancient Apparition. Me, you, and Fogged. We had a long conversation while we were watching the draft. The CM coming out instead of the AA.
Yeah, this is, but it's kind of the same situation though, where you get punished.
I mean, at least you've got that ult to at least make them think twice.
You just got your level 6 on CM, so you'd have it now, but you already lost the Roche, you already lost 3 towers, and that's maybe when they can start finding those pickoffs now, but yeah.
And this is actually a big deal. VP has just spotted a huge stack that Vega has assembled for their gyro. If they manage to sneak over and take this, that's going to be a tremendous loss for them. They take this tier 1, that becomes so much easier. And it feels like Vega really can't even reliably fight into them to prevent it. So, yeah, that's going to be mech now done as well. So you've got Share Hill, you've got mech, you've got the healing ward, and you've got Witch Doctor's heal. Like, I don't even know what you do.
I mean, they have earned 2 charges on FNG. Just top it all off for you.
Like if
you only got, wait, we got more AC. We got the healing from the only unholy aura from your Satyr.
Excellent.
Do you want any more heals?
Yeah, base healing right now. But taking a look at around the heroes, nobody's damaged enough. It's like Night Stalker's healing at 16.8. Like that's his base healing at the moment. All right, here we go. High ground attempt at 12 minutes in. VP wants to knock the series up. 1-1.
The death blow is real right now.
Oh yeah, dude.
They can't fight this at all without Wyvern 03. Oh my. It's...
Ooh. 3 racks. There's going to be a... Oh my goodness, what a coil! And there's the call down. Can they follow it up? Can they make it through the heal? That was as good as they could have asked for, and it just doesn't matter. Look at the sea of green. You can't touch them. Seoma is going to be frozen up and healed up, but they still just can't do anything. Like, look at this. Look how much damage VP has taken. They may be able to get Yoku, but even if they do, he's kind of Aegis. I don't know why he's back there. He'd probably been better off just dying. She's trying to come in. I mean, they really can't punch through this. That was the best shot I think Vega could have given them at all. But, yeah, that's still going to be Rax. And now no one being pursued out. He's going to phase shift out. And, oh, he does get embraced as well. Now Solo was the target. Yeah, look at this. They're not even done, man. Puck's down for 42 seconds. And, yeah, he doesn't have buyback. So, like, if they want to go do those Ancients, well, I don't even know if they can.
Yeah, like, they just fought for, like, 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden they're still at full HP now. This is absurd.
Dude, that felt like StarCraft. Like, you saw a bunch of big abilities go off and just a bunch of things hit each other till some other things died. Like, the healing is real.
That was a perfect combination coming in from Vega. They had so much AoE dropped on top of their heads, and then, you know, they just sprouted back up.
Yeah.
Tip-top shape. I don't know how you just don't tap out of there. Maybe so you don't have the lowest or the quickest game in history. No, not in history, but
the sheer amount of numbers popping up green to represent the healing of VP was like a WoW raid.
Can I have my show fight recap for healing there? Yeah, like you said.
Anyway, 9-3, VP takes a Rax short of 15 minutes, and certainly in command of this game. FN still has that big stack he can try to get himself to. Not going to help if he gets caught out. FNG's right on his tail. Mags there with the roar. No fear there as well, but this is going to be... no, unable to get him home. No fear, gave him the best chance he could. But that's at least a decent catch-up. Like, how do you feel about Vega? Obviously, they're behind. There's no doubt about it. In fact, they're 12,000 gold behind. Is this a little deceptive? Do you think Vega is maybe a little more in this game than it seems at first blush?
Not after taking the Aegis and then the Rax at 15 minutes in the game. This is absurd.
Okay.
Like, and going into the later stages of the game, Lycan and Juggernaut, I feel, are going to do way more. Juggernaut is one of the perfect counters to the gyrocopter. The only thing that can really save him is going to be the cold embrace for that Omni Slash, but I mean, they had no answer for this Night Stalker.
Net on the admin, he's going to be stunned by the Golem as well. There's going to be the Death Ward, doesn't get enough damage done. Nothing matters though, as G's right on top of him, as you said, ready to clean him up. And yeah, Vega showing a few signs of life, but not much going on in that top lane.
Man, it's kind of nice when you see a push strat like this kind of come into fruition and it works out. Like, if you don't hit these timings, like the mech on the chin, if you didn't get that tier 1 tower top, go back into the jungle and farm, and then all of a sudden you go to the bottom lane, you get those nice kills before the nighttime, and everything was just set up perfectly by VP this game. And I mean, they just look like a dead team for like the first 2 games of both series, and then the second game they just like, hey, we're gonna actually play today.
Yep. It's all right. First game of the day. That's all.
Just nerves.
Yeah. Somehow I imagine this VP squad is used to playing in front of crowds. I don't. There is something to it though. And now VP once again eyeballing gyro stacks.
I've never seen 2 wagons in my life. I've seen one. Seen one.
I didn't even notice that until now.
Oh.
Dual wagon Doto.
Oh, this is just hilarious right now.
Let's go Cardi and Cardi Jr. And this is such a huge loss though. Real talk, cards or not, losing this stack, Gyro's one hope at being able to spring forward and maybe get a good item completed, give himself a chance to actually stay alive in these fights, has just gone down the drain. And this is basically his BKB that is being snatched away and given to Lycan, who just completed book 3.
Yeah, that was 1,000, if not more, gold going away of VP, and they're just going to get bled dry if this keeps going on. And what big things can they come back with? We talked about it. Winter Wyvern is like the only key, so you have to focus now on to maybe the Juggernaut. If all the summons go on top of him, because we saw how the healing ward is probably doing the most healing in all of these team fights just because it's maxed out. And it's also going to be hard too when you have the Chin with Greaves and Hand of God. Oh my goodness, I'm just... Who do you even target now? I'm even confused, but the frontliners who are going to be on the front is normally going to be either Lycan or Juggernaut, so you're going to have to try and find one of those, blow them up. But it's nighttime now, and all that vision that you get from Beastmaster is just negated, so can't even work with that.
Glimmer Cape up on Aloha Dance too, by the way. I haven't even talked about that, so the ability for VP to bail people out different when they get in
and
trouble.
It's all magic damage from their team right now for Vega. Right?
Yeah, that's a great point.
That is just, oh man, this Vega.
I do want to point out the 2 carts only back up my assertion that this game has been more like StarCraft. It's like, yeah, we got our ranged.
You also have an armadillo running around.
Yeah, exactly. And a little doggy somewhere for, what's her name, yeah. There
oh yeah, I see. So this is, yep.
We wow now, boys.
We are wow. That's pretty cool when they added that, where you can have like Pokemon.
Hey man, this Pokemon looks funny. Is this a new Pokemon game? Alright, real talk, 10-4 is the kill score of Vega. I mean, they've managed to keep it together. They managed to turn away VP that last run down towards the tier 3s. So they are at least extending the game, but we're not seeing them really make any headroom in getting themselves back into it. Like, I was just going to ask the question, and it seems like the obvious question with an obvious answer. Let's smoke, and let's hope that we catch someone, make something happen, and maybe if we're lucky, get a Roshan after.
Yeah, but this is the most obvious and desperate smoke. It's something you have to kind of do, and you just see the top lane being pushed out, and you just know that they're just trying to make a play. Hardest thing for VP would be maybe scouting, but they have all they have to do is just bring in the summons that we talked about. Shen, oh, they're gonna go.
Oh my goodness, 4-man core. Let's see if there's a follow-up. There it comes. Call-out's coming. They're going to be able to get no fear. He's already down. Damage is there a little bit more this time, but there's going to be the follow-up Omni Slash, as well as the Crystal Maiden out. There's going to be an Embrace and Amp to keep him alive. Roar catches that Aloha Dance. It's 2 for 2. Absolute slugfest, but I think absolutely it's going to end in favor of VP as they track down the Gyro and they clean up house. That was probably the last real chance we were going to see Vega have. The initiation, once again, on point from no one. The absolute standout star from Game 1 has continued to be a star here in Game 2, but the follow-up just simply not there. Even with the Crystal Maiden ulti, even with the Roar, it's just not enough in the face of VP and what they've managed to build so far. And yeah, by the way, that damage you thought you were doing, you're not anymore, because now we have a Crimson Guard on our Night Stalker to go with our 8 bajillion points of damage of healing per second.
Yeah, you saw the problem there with Vega. They didn't coordinate right, and going for the Chin, it's nice and all, but I think you have to just try and take out one of the cores with either the Lycan or the Juggernaut, so you don't have those big ultis online. And going for the Chin, it probably wasn't the right play, and at the end of the day, Gyrocopter used his call down. All that damage was mitigated because of the Wyvern ulti, so they didn't get as much damage as they needed. So using those spells, kind of stacking with the Wyvern ulti, and you can see why this hero is not picked at times. If you don't play absolutely perfectly in that team fight, you're just not going to get maximum value.
VP now ready to clear out the last remaining outer tier tower. They're going to do so uncontested. Glyph is available. Can't imagine Vega's going to use it here. And they won't. Yoku, close to a BKB if they wanted to back up. He needs about another 900 gold or so. Not even that, actually, closer to 700. But for now, looks like they're ready to just go ahead and keep going. What's key here for Vega?
Don't at least get one kill.
So it's fine if you lose racks, just make sure they knew they were in a fight, okay? Here we go, Solo brought down with 0 reprisal. Now maybe they'll try to turn things around. There's going to be a TP off the buyback.
Buyback isn't going to work here.
There's going to be the shin heal though, and now they're going to turn it back around somehow. The Night Stalker stayed alive. Solo eating damage from the Death Lord. In the meantime, no one doing what damage he can. It's going to be a 1-for-1 so far with that buyback. They do manage to get the Aegis down off the Juggernaut as well, but I imagine they're going to be ready to re-engage. Roar was used. There's going to be the Waning Rift that's going to force them back at least a little bit. And let's see if VP wants to fight. I don't know. They may just want to play it safe.
Yeah.
Yep, they will.
You just play it safe. The only reason Vega won that team fight even a little bit was because of the buyback coming in from Wyvern to kind of set up for that. But yeah, they just can back out now, and I mean they just trying to figure out how Vega can come back there. We saw the ulti now on this time on the Lycan, but Juggernaut's not that big right clicker just yet, and so he wasn't able to go down. Will as if it was on the Juggernaut. Speaking of Juggernaut, FN, he's got BKB, forced to use it. You're probably what is that? First one, yeah.
That's 10-second charge. Able to go, calling out on the Reload dance, not enough restoration to survive through that. So VP, wow, they're going to go ahead and smoke. This is some cheeky nonsense. Let's see, they're going to double back and try to catch maybe the Gyro going to farm or something. Yeah, that was the plan. There's no one home. If they get the puck, that could be a good get. They're going to follow through. Nope, it's going to be busted, and looks like smoke gang just to get the Hawk.
Ooh. So VP only lose their Witch Doctor there, and didn't get to really touch on no one going for the Veil. I mean, it's one of those times where okay, well, I want to have a Yule Scepter, right, to counteract the Night Stalker for the silence and all, but he's like, we have no damage, man. We need to get something, and I really do love that pickup here. It's like, an Ember Spirit at times, if you don't go like a Rapier or something, you're just like, okay, well, where's our damage, guys? We don't have enough, and this is like kind of the last-ditch effort. You saw how effective it kind of is with their lineup, with all the magic damage, but it's going to be very hard. At least they have something new, kind of like Mag going for that mechanism, so they have some heal on their side now, but it pales in comparison.
I mean, we reached a point now, the itemization is just so deep on every hero on VP.
It's very deep.
They're just so tanky. Like, the heal's there, but that's going to be one Rax down. Not a whole lot. So there's going to be a very nice
on the jug this time.
Yep, and now Yoku has the BKB. He's going to look to turn around. FN using his BKB as well. Healing is there, but again, the damage actually is there for once. A low hot dance. Getting the Death Lord off. They can't bring it down. He healed through it and managed to get teleported back home. Absolutely absurd. The rest of VP not quite as fortunate, as they're going to be forced to flee on foot. No one right there chasing him down. And yeah, he actually did get hit with the Void there, so it looks like that might be enough to get FNG and No Fear back home. Mag's still looking for it though, and yeah, they will be able to extricate themselves. So Vega able to hold. They did lose one set of racks. The melee still standing. I can't help it. I got tunnel visioned on that. There was a Witch Doctor channeling the channeling his ulti, forever healing on like 10 HP.
Man, that was a nice send back coming in, but that was an even nicer play coming in from Solo on the enemy side. He just, he set up everything for that team fight. It wasn't even his Winter's Curse. I mean, his Cold Embrace just kept the gyrocopter alive when the Lycan was on top of him, and they just played that perfectly, waiting out the BKBs, and then once the BKB came down from the Lycan, he's just like, oh, I gotta ditch ship here, abandon it. But the problem now is for Vega though. Like, that's good. You needed to win that team fight to at least stay in the game. But now you have to find a way to contest Roche or the next one. Else they're gonna have, I think, Aegis and Cheese. So they're not gonna be able to defend against that. You mean your one hope in the Wyvern, it's not gonna work when you have the Jug with the Aegis.
A little bit of space for Vega to breathe. Their lane's not gonna be friendly though. Only one. Even their tier 3 bottom's down at 49 HP, so that's basically a free tower the first time someone wants to sneak down and right-click it a couple times. But yeah, I mean, like, I do feel like Vega's on the clock. I mean, like you said, the Veil did pay off there. Great play from Solo, as you mentioned. It just, you gotta educate me, man. Show me those 6,000 plus MMR points. What's realistically your plan other than I hope they screw up?
Like I talked about, it's hard to fight into the Night Stalker at this stage of the game. Luckily enough, he went for this Crimson's Guard and not the Ags, so they can have complete vision, and then they would be able to shut down, Solo making these plays very aggressively. But right now, I'm looking at Solo, and he's the man of the hour. He's got Aether Lens as well as almost a Blink Dagger, I think he's going for. So his initiation is going to be key. Like I talked about, you're just going to have to go for that next play around Roche timing when it's going to respawn, else it's going to be all over for Vega. And they're trying to get some vision out. It is daytime now, so we will have the benefit of the Hawk here in the mid lane and scout out. And one thing we should note is there any gems right now being picked up? Because this is a very heavy map controlled game right now.
Yep, seeing that on VP. And that'll be a negatory on Vega as well.
So they could really use that for VP right now, just to shut Vega inside their base. And all they can really work with is the Hawk, and then once you have the vision of the Hawk, you just go and kill it or something. And then you just bleed them dry. We talked about it. Like VP, all they have to do is just kind of farm out here, don't get picked off, and that's the one good thing about Vega's lineup. At least it's not all AoE, just team fight. You still have Mag here on his Beastmaster. He can solo some good heroes. He's got the Necro 1. Would like to have the Necro 3 by now so he can get those pickoffs, but I think the mech did help him a lot in that last team fight, just so they were able to at least boost up their heroes, and maybe that helped the gyrocopter even survive.
Engage on Yoku, and looks like there's going to be no follow. And probably the wise call to make. I mean, if you're Vega, you have to assume there's a lot of enemies hanging around, and he would have been correct. No Fear was waiting just out of vision, and now he's going to go ahead and move in with the creeps at the very least. They're going to try to chase down Solo. Solo's going to TP away from inside the tree, so not a whole lot going on there. And VP with Aloha Dance split out all the way back up at the top tier 2, not going to be able to do much. And then just continue to farm the jungle. But as you said, I don't think there's really a downside to that. Wyvern did pick up a Blink Dagger too, by the way.
It's just going to help him initiate from very far away. That's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to necessarily just, I'm going to fly into the team fight, and because they will have maybe better opportunities. Like VP's not going to make that same silly play like, we're going to run high ground with our Juggernaut now and he's just going to die.
Right.
So you're going to have to plan to initiate a little bit better now for Vega Squadron. We could even see VP do something crazy as well. Like you just put Lycan in the top lane, other 4 in the bottom, and you're going to get something. I mean, you just, look at this tower in the bottom lane. You just throw 2 creeps on it and it's dead.
Yep.
So they have a lot of opportunities to work with for VP. I mean, they might pull out the alliance, but they don't necessarily need to.
Roche coming back up in about 10 seconds. That seems to be the priority for Virtus.Pro, the pros of Virtus, as they've continued to check in and out of the pit. And, an Aegis plus one more good team fight, and they'll lock this game down. It is worth saying Vega's done a commendable job of keeping this not only reasonable, but they've actually made up ground. It's been relatively small ground that is continuing to move against them. the more time that goes by without them actually taking a team fight. They did manage to cut the lead down by a not inconsiderable amount, going from about 17 to about 12, 13,000 down in terms of gold experience. Actually cut it to within 5 at one point. But this Roche fight, I think, is going to be everything, one way or the other. We're going to see them challenge. We're going to see VP wanting to prioritize the Roche. And if they get the Aegis, it's probably going to be lights out.
And Mag's trying to do his best efforts of just like trying to get some kind of farm on the map here. This is very aggressive for him. He can be caught out by, you know, just one initiation from the Night Stalker. That's the thing we talked about. Like, they just want to run their bodies and not having like a blink dagger on. Oh yeah, he does. Actually, he does have the blink on G. So this is another form of the initiation that they desperately needed. So you can just blink in, defusal anybody you want to chase down, and that's going to help them a lot when they want to try to get some pickoffs, because else it's just like them running themselves at buildings.
Right. Smoke coming out from Vega. And they're going to try to catch VP, probably either trying to sneak across the river or check the Roche pit. If they can get one good pickoff here, it'll be a start. Mag's going to run straight on in. Has the Hawk now in position to keep an eye on things. Should be seeing FNG as we speak. That's
trying to figure out the vision here. Yeah, if you look at the vision, it doesn't give anything just because of the nighttime.
Oh wow.
It's like you can't even see them doing the ancients, and that's just that's why you pick Night Stalker against Beastmaster, guys.
Now Vega not getting much out of the smoke, but at the very least the game rolls on. Let's say, for sake of argument, Ryu, that Vega wins a Roche fight here and takes an Aegis. How realistically are they? How realistic is it that they're able to then draw this game back to even with maybe one other team fight?
I still think VP have the best late game because of the two DPSers on the front lines. They have all the counters that they really need. I mean, you have the Manta style on the Juggernaut to get out of the silence where he's going to get locked down. Eventually, they'll probably get a Lincoln's too to counteract the Beastmaster roar, as well as the Wyvern ulti, and then they're like, oh, well, we have nothing. But
Selma going straight on in on his own. There's going to be a BKB. They might try to follow this through, and
he wanted to go on the high ground there, I think. Yeah, forced down to the. Oh, that is.
Yeah, I was just curious what the hell was going on there, and we can see Solar trying to hang around. Finally, they're going to come back and initiate. 3-man waiting rip. There's a call down as well, and she manages to get off the Omni side. In the meantime, he'd be able to pull back and heal up. She managing to keep himself safe for a limited time, but Vega able to bring it down. That's going to be 1 for 2. Vega's lost 2. VP still controlling the pit. Big loss to lose G, but I don't know there's a whole lot they're going to be able to do. And oh, by the way, take a look at top lane. Another reason Vega had to go back. The creeps were split pushing back here, and they're still doing good damage. Of course, that's going to come in and be the Aegis picked up for Lycan. Cheese is left on the ground, and Solo's up there. He may be able to blink. Oh.
Oh wait, he saw it. I think he saw it with the vision. No. Nighttime.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, darkness, please. That reduced vision. I think if that was just regular night. Oh my goodness.
Still sitting there too, man. Let it age a bit more, I suppose. See, like, is anyone gonna go get it?
like fine wine.
Oh.
This is just. It's.
Like, I'm not saying.
I'm gonna be OCD now. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, there we go, boys. Hello. Crowd cheers. You have to go for this.
No, I love this play actually. Like, so often it seems like, and I love. God, I'm such a liar. See, so often you see, it's I haven't cast it in a year. What the hell am I saying? But back in the day, children's, I used to see gyrocopters in a situation like this very often, where it'd be like, okay, so we're gonna get a BKB, then we're gonna get a butterfly, then maybe we'll think about getting a rapier. When they're down like this, when you're in this situation where really it's not just one fight, you got to win like 3-4 big ones in a row, and instead of taking the gamble, grabbing the rapier, hoping you can just take the enemy by surprise and get back on the road to victory, you would see these gyrocopters who would just sit on their money and slowly try to grind down enough to scrape together like 2-3 big items before rapier, and in the meantime the other side inevitably was being more efficient with the gold and of course was getting their items too. So really like this play out of Vega.
Yeah. It's kind of like you needed it. Butterfly is great against the heroes, but I don't think it would have been enough DPS, and they're just the biggest thing for me is not stacking Winter Wyvern with the flat cannon.
Yep.
If they don't,
One-man coil. Just going to be a Aloha dance. No Fear's up there. They're going to be able to get him up. Oh, here we go. There's going to be a war on the No Fear and the RG from the Crystal Maiden. No Fear's in trouble.
and he's alone.
Oh my goodness, here we go. No one now in some trouble. Gyrocopter has dropped. Didn't see who picked the rapier up. Now, oh, it was on the park. It's on the ground. Rapier's on the ground, and let's see who's going to want to go pick this bad boy up. That will be FNG. So the gamble doesn't pay off. In the meantime, Solo brought down. GG, well played. And all of a sudden, my man, after watching VP, as you said, stagger out the gates yesterday in Game 1, stagger out the gates again in Game 1 today, we're all tied up 1-1. And really played their draft quite well. Do think Vega deserves a little commendation, though. They held that game a lot longer than I initially thought they would.
Yeah, same. It was just one kind of play, kind of bringing it kind of back into the game with Solo there. Really well played in the top lane, and they were just going to wait out eventually. VP just going for the Roche